Good afternoon. Introduction to Education students. I have an update for you all. Due to the current health issues occurring not only in our state but in our country, we've had to make some changes. This has taken me a bit to get this completely organized. I had to make phone calls to licensure at the Arkansas Department of Education. I also had to make phone calls to our 2+2 partnering 4-year institutions to make sure that we're all in alignment and we're all doing what will be acceptable as we make some alternative options for you all to complete your classroom observations. I've spent a great deal of time pulling all of these sites together and developing this alternative observation packet for you all. Now, first of all, let me start by saying I apologize for my voice. I woke up this morning. I've been struggling with my allergies the last several days. I woke up this morning and I could not talk at all. It was just a whisper. And I thought, oh no, I've got to make this video today. Luckily, I have been drinking lots of hot green tea, taking medicine, and I sat under the steamer for a bit, and luckily I have a little bit of voice by this afternoon. So I'm making this video to explain to you the changes that are being made so that you will be able to complete your requirements and receive credit for Introduction to Education. This is a big deal because if you do not meet the mandated requirements, you will not be eligible to receive credit for this course. So please take advantage of these alternate requirements. Now, some of you may have already begun your observations, and if so, that's wonderful. If you have begun but have not completed, then take advantage of the online options that I have made available for you. If you have not begun at all, then you will have to complete all of yours using all of these sites to get all of your hours in. Remember, you must have a total of 30 observation hours. Now, these sports observation hours, some of you may have been able to get those in, and that's great. If you didn't, we're going to say at this point that's okay. Our main focus is going to be classroom and school board meetings. Okay, so let me go through this and explain to you what I have set up. If you will notice, I have set up various grade levels with various topic options. Various things are covered, such as first graders encounter with the whole brain teaching. This is an unedited video of what was actually going on in that classroom. Here are some videos. I've put in 3 videos in dealing with classroom management. That is something that is of utmost importance to you as a future classroom teacher. You're going to need to be able to notice what's going on in the entire classroom while learning experiences are taking place. And that is not an easy task to be able to monitor an entire classroom. So these videos will open your eyes to that. Yes, I've posted some pre-algebra videos. There are some kindergarten phonics and some first grade level phonics, second grade vocabulary. There's a science lesson. There's math, informational writing. This is grades 2 and 3 combined. This is before, during, and after their reading comprehension lesson. opinion writing, narrative writing. There's a 6th grade English, a close reading in social studies for 6th grade, 10th grade close readings being taught, high school literature analysis. These are grades 11 and 12. The 9th grade biology, 9th grade math. Now, I've posted 22 video sites. Some of these definitely are not, none of these are an hour-long session. Some of these might just be a small glimpse of 10 to 12 minutes. However, you do have an advantage, and I expect you to take full advantage of this. You have the advantage of being able to pause, rewind, or rewatch the entire video several times over while you're taking your notes. You should be journaling, yes, still. Even though this is online, you need to be journaling what you see going on so that you can discuss it well in your essay. So some of these you may want to watch them. Now, you cannot count one video for 2 separate classroom assignments, but what I'm saying is you have an advantage because it goes so quickly. If you miss something, you can go back and rewatch it and capture another aspect of it. Okay? Those are your teaching videos in the classroom where you're observing the students and the teacher in action. The next section, I've posted 2 school board meetings. You are required to observe 2 school board meetings. Now, this one is from June of this past summer, but it's a larger inner city school, and I wanted you to have a perspective of what goes on there. And then this is a more recent March the 4th, and pay attention to that video because they're going to discuss the current health issues that are going on and the precautions that they were beginning to take. Now, granted, this is on the front end of this health crisis that we're in, but it also is going to give you a little glimpse into when there is a crisis, disaster such as this, how the schools will have to step in and how the school board kind of orchestrates their role in what happens in a school district when there is such a crisis. So I thought that would be a very, very good video for you to watch. There are some additional teaching videos which will count as your extracurricular. So if you were not able to make it to the ball games and the extracurricular events going on, you don't have to worry because I will allow these to count. These are basically more informative videos coming from a teacher or various teachers. And this is just some interesting additional instructional videos. I did place this one, Teaching Special Ed, online during COVID-19. Okay, as you know, all of the school students right now are doing school. This is across the United States. They are doing school at home. This has become a major challenge, especially for the rural areas, because of internet and many families, even in the urban areas, many families don't have a computer at home for their students. So there are lots of challenges. Many schools were not set up and structured to shift gears all of a sudden and present online education. Just wait, though. You all are having that experience right now. You will be better equipped when you become a classroom teacher for such a need of doing classroom online teaching. This is giving some tips in how to work with the special ed students, because you think about that, they think differently. They have different learning strategies that must be implemented, and the online is very difficult for them to connect with that online setting. So I threw that one in there because I thought that would be very informative for you. So if you don't need a great deal of hours in the extracurricular, please log into that one above and beyond the others, because that's going to give you some great insight. Some of these are setting up the classroom. I'm going to move this one down. Some of these are basically setting up, oh, and I'm going to correct that. Sorry, that bothers me. I didn't catch it on the front end. Setting up their classroom when it's time to go back to school. I thought this would be very good for you to observe. So I have, here's a classroom tour, behind the scenes look. That's very good. 5 tips every teacher must know about Google Classroom. Excellent. The 7 best websites and apps for distance learning. This is going to be an ideal tool whether you encounter crisis experiences and have to set your students up online or not. This is an ideal thing for you to know, because using Google Classroom or other websites and apps for distance learning, I highly recommend this. I always encourage my students in the Teacher Ed program to have some kind of online forum so that when their students are at home, they can retrieve things that you've discussed in the classroom that day. They can retrieve their assignments. Say they ran off and left it in their locker, or in the elementary, they left it in their desk, or they left their backpack at grandma's house. You never know. So having an online forum for your students, always open and available for them to be able to retrieve their assignments, is a great thing for you to do as a classroom teacher. The last video that I posted here is just for fun, a day in the life of a young teacher. And I just thought this was kind of humorous, and I thought you might enjoy seeing that. I had another video that was extremely humorous. I cannot locate it. It was posted on YouTube many years ago. If I find that, I will send that to your instructors and they can share that link with you. I've been searching for it and I haven't been able to find it, but it's a TikTok version that was posted, probably 9 or 10 years ago. As I said, that one was extremely humorous, but nonetheless, this one is for fun and you may learn something interesting from it as well. You are welcome to use it as one of your extracurriculars. Okay, now I want to move in and explain to you your alternative essay packet or portfolio packet. It's basically going to be the same, except that a few changes have been made. And I've done it again. Now, keep in mind, I did this in a hurry because I wanted to get it out to you. You're going to submit your portfolio packet online to your instructor in the portfolio packet assignment. Let me go ahead and put that word online in there because that is going to be major. Let me highlight that too. I want all of these submitted online so that I can retrieve these if and when I need to. I had a student who graduated with me 3 years ago, and she needed a particular piece of document as she was applying for a job. There was some information in this portfolio packet that was going to be a valuable tool for her to use as she's preparing to apply for a teaching position. And I was able to, she told me what year and semester she was in this class, and I was able to go in and retrieve that material for her, which saved her a great deal of time of redoing that piece of information. Was actually her what was it? Her educational philosophy. But I like to have this accessible online, and that's why it is mandatory that you scan all of your documents in and submit them as one big, huge PDF file, so that I can have it online and it is easily retrievable if I need to. Okay, so you will submit this online to your instructor in the Portfolio Packet Assignment tab that looks like this, Observation Portfolio, and you will notice that it is due April the 25th. You are going to do the exact same thing that you were instructed to do at the beginning of the semester, but the changes are as follows. You will complete one log sheet. Now, previously you had to do 3 separate log sheets. You will probably have, I say one log sheet. You may have several sheets to that one. And I'm not going to make you separate the labeling of everything at this point. But if it helps you to be more organized, I would suggest that you do that. But you will need a log sheet that's going to have several sheets to it, more than likely, to be able to get everything submitted. On that log sheet, you're going to submit the time that you logged in to watch the video and the time that you completely logged out of watching that video. For example, if you log in at, say, 1 o'clock and you watch, it's a 15-minute video. You want to, and if you decide to rewind that a couple of times, then you logged in at 1 o'clock. It's 15 minutes. You watched it 2 more times. Then you log out at 1:45. So make sure that you understand what I'm saying. Now, that does not mean that you can count, I can log in at 1 o'clock and log out of that one video at 5 o'clock and get 5 hours in or 4 hours in. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But I want to know what time you logged in. And that's also going to give me an idea of how many times you rewound and reviewed that material. So don't think you can use one video or say 5 videos for 30 hours. No, ma'am. No, sir. If you go there, you will fail this course if you try that. Okay, so I expect you to log into a variety. Also, I have these sites, and I will be able to go in and track and see if, how many are logging in, because I've recorded the time or I've recorded the views so far. Okay, so make sure that you log in to enough videos to count toward your 30 hours. Okay, in place of the teacher or the administrator signing that you logged in, you're going to do that yourself. This is called the Honor Code. You've already been through the Code of Ethics. Most of you have met me in person, and you know how I feel about lying and being deceitful. So I put you on the Code of Honor, And I am trusting that you are going to be a respectable and honorable student, because that's what you're going to in turn demand of your students in the classroom. So I hold you to that very high level of being honorable with this. You will still write 3 essays from the following categories. Essay 1, you're going to discuss and explain what you learned from the videos regarding grades K through 12. Essay 2, you're going to discuss and explain what you learned from videos regarding the school board meetings. And you should watch both school board meetings because you're required to do 2 school board meetings. Now, if you attended a school board meeting in person, then you've got that covered. Or at least you've got one of them covered, okay? And then essay 3, you're going to discuss and explain what you learned from the additional teaching videos. These are going to be labeled, your essays are going to be labeled as the following. Essay 1, grades K through 12. That is going to be the title of that first essay. It should look just like that. The second essay is going to be entitled Essay 2, School Board Meetings, and Essay 3, Additional Teaching Videos. Okay. I'm going to wrap this up. As I said, I'm going to be emailing this to your instructors. They are going to be posting it in your particular class for you to begin utilizing these sites and working through your observational portfolio packet via the alternative method. Again, please enjoy these videos. I've watched every one of these, and I find them very interesting. So I want you to point out, when you're writing your essays, point out anything that you found really interesting in your essay and discuss it, and explain to me and to your instructor why you found that to be interesting. Okay, have fun with your assignment. Please email your instructors if you have any questions regarding this observation portfolio alternative packet. Have a great day.